The rain fell hard against the glass windows of the small roadside diner, each drop echoing like a ticking clock. Inside, life moved slowly, tired workers, half-empty coffee cups, and the soft hum of an old radio playing forgotten songs. Amara wiped down a table, her hands trembling slightly, not from fear, but from exhaustion. Life hadn't been kind to her. At just 23, she carried burdens heavier than most, rent overdue, a sick mother at home, and dreams she had long buried beneath survival. "Table 6, hurry up," the manager barked. Amara nodded quickly and rushed over, forcing a polite smile. That's when the door opened. A little girl stepped in, no older than 8. She wore a simple dress, but her eyes, they didn't belong in a place like this. They were alert, watchful. Behind her stood a man in a black coat, scanning the room carefully. Amara noticed instantly, something was off. The girl sat quietly. The man didn't order anything. He just watched. Minutes passed. Then everything shattered. The diner door slammed open. A masked man rushed in, gun in hand. Screams erupted. "Everyone down," he shouted. Chairs crashed. People dropped to the floor. Panic spread like wildfire. Amara froze for a split second, but her eyes locked onto the little girl. The gunman turned toward her. And in that moment, something inside Amara ignited. Without thinking, she ran. She threw herself over the girl, wrapping her arms around her tiny body, shielding her completely. A gunshot rang out. Silence. Amara squeezed her eyes shut, bracing for pain, but none came. The masked man hesitated. Just for a second. And that second changed everything. Before he could fire again. Bang! The man in the black coat had drawn his weapon. The gunman dropped. The diner fell silent, broken only by the sound of rain. Amara slowly opened her eyes. The little girl beneath her was unharmed. "You saved me," the girl whispered. Amara smiled weakly. "It's okay, you're safe." But when she looked up, she saw something that made her heart stop. The man in the black coat wasn't just anyone. He was someone dangerous. Powerful. Feared. And right now, he was staring at her like she had just done the impossible. He stepped closer. "Do you have any idea whose life you just saved?" Amara shook her head. He knelt beside her. "That," he said softly, placing a hand on the girl's shoulder, "is my daughter." A pause. "And I don't forget debts." Amara didn't understand what that meant. Not yet. But she would. Because that single moment, that one act of courage, had just changed her life forever. The night didn't end at the diner. It followed Amara home. She walked through the dark streets, her mind replaying everything, the gun, the girl, the man. Especially the man. There was something about him, something heavy. Dangerous. When she reached her apartment, she froze. A black car was parked outside. 2 men stood beside it. Her heart dropped. One of them stepped forward. "Miss Amara," he said politely, "he wants to see you." She knew exactly who he was. Inside the car, silence filled the air. Minutes later, they arrived at a mansion that looked more like a fortress. Guards. Cameras. Power. She was led inside. And there he was. Sitting calmly, like a king in his empire. "Sit," he said. She hesitated, then obeyed. "You risked your life," he continued. "Why?" Amara swallowed. She was just a child. He studied her face carefully. No fear. No hesitation. "People like you are rare." She stayed silent. Then he said something unexpected. "I want to change your life." Amara frowned. Why would you do that? Because you already changed mine. He stood up and walked closer. My daughter is everything to me. And tonight, you became the reason she's still alive. A pause. I don't repay kindness with money alone. He handed her a file. Inside. Medical reports for her mother. Fully paid. A new apartment contract. A job offer. Everything she had ever struggled for. Solved. Tears filled her eyes. I don't understand, why me? He looked at her, this time, not as a powerful man, but as a father. Because in a world full of selfish people, you chose someone else's life over your own. Amara broke down. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Valued. Rescued. But then. His expression changed. Serious. There's just one thing. Her heart tightened. You're part of my world now. Silence. No one walks into my life and walks out unchanged. She realized then. This wasn't just a reward. It was a turning point. A new life. A dangerous one. But also, a meaningful one. Because for once, she wasn't powerless anymore. She had purpose. And maybe, just maybe, this was the beginning of something greater than she ever imagined.